I generally don't do many response videos to Feminist Frequency anymore, but apparently there was a little bit of an uproar over the new Zelda game. They seem to have a problem with all the perfect scores that don't account for female representation. The game doesn't do anything to address the issue of Zelda being damseled. We can't excuse the fact that this game uses a tired sexist plot device. Apparently Carolyn Pettit, who works over at Feminist Frequency, has a lot to say about it as well. In response to a statement that other games in the Zelda series are not sexist, yes, that's right. Now The Legend of Zelda is sexist. Other games in the series? Nope. Never played them. No idea what you're talking about. Carolyn also had a few more things to say about the damsel in distress. Apparently, we're supposed to watch Feminist Frequency's videos on the damsel trope to answer all of our questions. So let's go to Anita's videos on the subject.
So, without further ado, let's jump right into the damsel in distress.
Anita, I need your help. I'm trying to figure out how to fix the problems with the new Zelda using your criteria. Perhaps they could reverse the roles and have Zelda rescue Link? After all, you are the one who would like to see a female Zelda starring in her own adventure.
It'd be great to finally see Zelda, Sheik, and Tetra as the protagonists of their own games. And not just mobile DS games, I'm talking full-on console adventures.
But your videos also state that the role reversal doesn't fix the problem.
That said, I don't necessarily think equal opportunity damseling is the answer. Simply reversing the gender roles of a problematic convention so that more men are damseled in more games is not the best long-term solution.
So even if we have Zelda in the lead role, we can't have her rescuing Link. What if we just had a female Link? I know that idea has crossed your mind. A female version of Link would be good for Nintendo. But would that entail the rescue of a male Zelda or a female Zelda? Either method is problematic by your logic, is it not? But then again, you said there is nothing wrong with a female who occasionally needs assistance.
Now, I'm certainly not arguing that all stories must include completely fearless, hyper-individualistic, heroic women who pull themselves up by their bootstraps and never need anything from anyone. Of course, there is absolutely nothing wrong with offering or occasionally needing assistance.
Okay, so instead of a damsel in distress trope, how about a game where Zelda isn't damseled at all, but still requires your assistance to save the kingdom, like a Legend of Zelda where Ganon doesn't kidnap Zelda?
Just to be clear, I'm not saying that all games that use the damsel in distress as a plot device are automatically sexist or have no value.
Well, how do we determine if the Zelda games are sexist? I mean, is it really that much of a problem?
Over the course of more than a dozen games spanning a quarter century, all of the incarnations of Princess Zelda have been kidnapped, cursed, possessed, turned to stone, or otherwise disempowered at some point. It's disappointing that even with her moments of heroism, Zelda is still damseled. She is removed from the action, pushed aside, and made helpless at least once in every game she appears in.
What about other games like Smash Bros. Where Princess Zelda is playable?
Zelda has never been the star in her own adventure, nor been a true playable character in the core series.
So we're only talking about the core series? We can't talk about any other games where she is playable because we're only talking about the core series. Sort of like Princess Peach, we only talk about her in the core series.
The ill-fated princess appears in 14 of the core Super Mario Bros. Platformer games, remains the only game in the core series. Sadly, Peach has never been a playable character again in the main franchise. However, all of these spin-offs fall well outside of the core Super Mario series of platformers.
We can't talk about spin-offs except for Super Princess Peach.
She is the star of only one adventure. That game is called Super Princess Peach.
If we were talking about Peach instead of Zelda, could we step outside the core franchise? Anita, I'm having a hard time trying to solve this problem. I watched your videos like Carolyn suggested, but I'm having a difficult time figuring out how exactly to fix the problem with Princess Zelda. Maybe we could have a conversation someday and try to sort this out.